Hello again, everybody. We are just taking the headland off of this field and need to get these carrots out. I think for the third year running it's due to rain in August, which kind of messes up the harvest. I have been looking at a few other maps. I found a German map, but you didn't start off with a lot, or the farm didn't have a lot of equipment to start with. You had two fields, which were both pretty small fields. I think the smallest fields on the map. And yeah, one tractor, one small Massey Ferguson combine was your starting equipment. And all the other fields on that map were huge, and they were like over £2 million each. So it would have been a very hard start on farm to do. But I have been told that Calmston Farm is coming to 25. Apparently that map was sent to Giants about 5 days ago. So hopefully this week, next week, fingers crossed, that should be available to download. So I shall be playing that. Not that I played that a lot on 22, because I didn't really play 22 that much. I think I'm lucky if I've got like 100 hours on 22. Whereas this one, you can see we're now year 18 on this map, and I think it's about 310 hours of gameplay, which is quite a lot. I wish I had started vlogging this a bit sooner, because I kind of missed all the challenging bit, and by the time I started actually recording anything, I was kind of bored of this map and it was pretty much done. And, as you can see, this harvester's brand new. It's literally, this is the first field it's done, and I can afford to buy it outright now. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. So yes, definitely looking forward to Calmston Farm coming out for a new map and challenge. We have this field of carrots and the field behind the truck is carrots, number 9. Two fields in there, the other two fields in that part are green beans, and then the rest is oats and sorghum that we own. Yes, I'm looking at purchasing a steering wheel. Hopefully make the gameplay a bit better. possibly make like a proper dedicated setup for it. Because I did have a Logitech G27, but I got rid of it because it was hard work. And I was stuck. Yeah, having to keep setting it up and when you want to use it and then putting it away. And it's obviously they take up quite a lot of room. I don't really have space to store that in my office / gaming room. As you can see, we've had one lorry load of carrots out of here already. What's it tipping for? Like, I'm pretty sure you never had to, on 22 or 19 or whatever, you had to keep changing it back to tipping, like, from the sliding floor or the grain door. It just stayed whatever you set it to. Now it seems you have to change it every time. Watch and see if it changes it down. Yeah, why does it change it back? Yeah, I had a steering wheel but found I didn't really have anywhere to keep it, so I got rid of it. Which was, yeah, pretty annoying. Especially as I used the computer for other stuff as well, not just playing games. I suppose if you just had a game set up, it wouldn't be too bad. You could just leave it set up constantly, but if you don't, then it's kind of annoying to keep getting it out, setting it up. But had also been looking at the joystick as the Thrustmaster farming stick, I think they might call it. Either that or the Logitech side panel. Not sure if anybody uses either of them, to be fair. But if you have any thoughts on either of them, it'd be good to know. If I'm going to build a proper simulator setup, then I kind of wanted probably 2 of the Thrustmaster joysticks to make use of machinery, diggers and stuff a bit more realistic and hopefully a bit easier to use. Also completed the Grain Elevate Museum now. And that's not really what I thought it was going to be. You can't actually get in there to see the things you've collected or anything, which is a bit of a disappointment. But I don't think the playground's that far off of being done now either, so that's pretty much all I wanted to get finished before I stopped playing this map. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to leaving and going somewhere different now. The fun has definitely worn off. Now you can just buy whatever you want to buy. And I only planted carrots in these 2 fields because I come home drunk. Came home drunk and thought it was a good idea at the time. And then you remember how long it's going to take to harvest it all. I did also hear that there's a Norfolk map coming out fairly soon. I think somebody said January time. That's fairly local to my neck of the woods, so that could be worth a look. Say fairly local to me. I don't really go to Norwich, Norfolk that much. Gonna have to drive in the crop to unload. I thought it was going to fill that trailer. Obviously not. I think this game is marginally better than the other one. Some things I like, some things are annoying. But I suppose just get used to it with time. Standard GPS is quite a nice thing. It's just sometimes a bit finicky to get the right line, or I find anyway. Quite often push the button and it doesn't go to the place where I want it to go. Vlogging before or after the grass was taken out of this field. But it is Sunday. That works for me. push this lot up. If I can find the shovel. It's a few years old now, this hasn't really done a lot. 3.5 hours. I ain't sure whether all this lot's going to fit in there or what. Here's to hoping. Finally off again. Making progress. Thankfully the second field isn't as big as this one. Note to self, don't do drunken carrot planting. Well, I suppose it could have been one of the bigger fields, which would have been a bigger headache. Also apologise if you can hear the snoring in the background, that is the dog. She makes more noise when she's asleep than she does when she's awake. sat here for? I'm sure they used to turn tyres. And I can't remember. Was this? This is obviously a mod of this one, but wasn't this in the previous version or the one before that? I didn't really play 22 that much. I don't know why, I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, turn a lot tighter now. That's because it had problems when bits that didn't work very well when it come out, and just took the fun out of it or what. I know this hasn't been great when it come out, but it got 310 hours on it. I did start playing the European map first until that crashed and corrupted the saved game file. So then I ended up on Riverbend Springs on here. Full again. Probably quite surprised I didn't lose interest in it and just give up. But I mean, having a working manure pit would be great. Kind of defeats the object of having animals, as far as I'm concerned. That is one benefit of having animals, is the fact that you can have manure and don't have to pay for artificial fertiliser, whatever else, but that doesn't work. Which is very annoying. Hopefully it'll be patched soon. Then we can complain about something else. That's not well. I mean, I'm British after all. We love to complain. Mostly about the weather. Why does it do that? Go green, turns and just disappears. That's been my big thing. It keeps doing that and then I end up making a right mess of the harvest. Keep driving over it. And then I get frustrated. I don't know whether it got sorted out in the last patch or not, but the hail damage you used to get was quite consistent with like every year. But I haven't had that for a few years, so I don't know whether they've reduced how often it comes round or what. I'm pretty sure I haven't got any hail damage this year. Literally for probably, I don't know, about 10 harvests, 10 years, hail damage every year. Which was very annoying. I mean, obviously it doesn't do a lot of damage compared to, well, what I should imagine a tornado would do if that went through. But luckily I haven't had one of them either. It's also been quite interesting to see if that's included in the cars in the UK maps, because we don't have tornadoes over here, thankfully. Whether that's been taken out. I suppose in a way it should, because having a tornado in a country that doesn't have them is kind of unrealistic, but then on the other hand there's that takeaway from the game. Remember now what you can and can't turn off. You obviously know that you can turn crop damage off and like periodic ploughing and rime and things like that. I know it was like 300 hours ago, but it's obviously more than that, but I can't remember if you can turn the twister off or not. Obviously if I played a map that was based in a country that doesn't have them, then I would turn it off if that was an option. But then I'd also I think the twisters that have been on this map that I've seen have been up by the sawmill and that, so I haven't really seen them affect the fields. I mean, I don't know if it rips the crops up or how bad it actually gets. Thankfully I've not found that out. And obviously 18 years of gameplay, and I think I've only seen 2, which, to be fair, is probably quite realistic. Not something you would end up with every year. Whereas I suppose hail damage, you know, maybe, yeah, for a couple of years in a row you could get it. But yeah, sort of 10 years in a row is a bit much. getting there now. Don't know what other people's thoughts are of the new features in the game. I mean, the water's quite good. A lot more realistic than before. The trailer noise is annoying. I mean, yes, it would rattle around when it was empty, but probably not so much when it's full. I can't remember. Haven't really paid any real attention to whether the trailer on the truck does it or not. But I know that green, is it Bragney trailer? That does it when it's sort of unloaded, which is realistic, but yeah, it does it when it's full as well, which probably shouldn't do that so much when it's full and weighted. But I'm also not a farmer, so I don't really know. That's just my logical thinking, which is probably completely wrong. Yeah, the ground deformation's pretty good. When you've harvested the wheat or whatever, it would be good if you can not destroy the stubble, but sort of crush it and fold it over as you drive over it to make it that bit better rather than just leaving it stood up. But I guess there's only so much you can do because not everybody has the most expensive PC in the world. Computer, and there's only, you have to sort of limit how much you do, not make it cost effective but make it less taxing on hardware, obviously being console based as well. Not that I've played it on console, although I do know someone that did play, I can't remember if it was 19 or 22 on console, and he did say that it was completely different. Well, not completely different, but certain things like the noise of the footsteps that we walk, like when you walk around and things like that, didn't show up on console. Obviously the tyre marks that were left from driving around and stuff were there weren't as many before it started to clear out the previous ones and things like that, which I guess is all down to processing power and how much the graphics can take, but it is good that it did join console. I think there's other games that are kind of missing out on that as well, like ETS. I'm surprised that hasn't come out on console, to be fair. I think they'd make kind of quite a bit of money out of that. I guess it's one of them things you have to put money in to get the money back. So they may not be too interested in that again. Yeah, apologies for that pause. The dog wanted to get out. If I remember, I'll try and cut that bit out. Because she is very, very needy. Yeah, but if anybody else has any other information on good maps that are coming out soon, then feel free to drop them in the comments. I mean, I know people moan about the base game maps not being brilliant, but then I suppose there's a case of, well, you know, they have to make these to perform as well as possible on console and every type of computer going. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a programmer, I don't know, it must be quite hard to do and to judge, you know, how well things are going to perform on certain types of hardware and things like that. But I'm hoping some maps will start coming out for this soon. Because I don't know, Calmsden was due, or Calmsden was sent to Giants 5 days ago to do whatever they have to do to put that on Mod Hub. Not really sure what they do actually do with it, whether they just check to make sure it works. What, I'm not sure, but at least that's one map that should hopefully be good. I'm not sure what else Oxygen David's bringing out or has in the pipeline for this game. It would be good to see like a proper dedicated FS25 map, because I say Calmsden is ported from 22 bits, I think didn't come out FS19, so how much that affects the map I don't know, but I think I did play on Carston a bit on 19. Not a huge amount, but I did use it for a little while. But I do have to confess I am have been one of these people that didn't really download and try many maps, to be honest. On the old games, I just tended to download mods and stick to stick to like the base game maps and just download machinery and things, really. Although I did spend quite a lot of time sort of changing the map around bits. But yeah, for some reason I'm actually really into this game. Compared to previous versions where, like I said, I've just played the base game, downloaded a few machines and gone from there. Not that we've actually need that other button. But it would be good to keep it with one. And also count how many trombones actually. I was just thinking that loading shovel don't get stuck in the floor like it does with the silage. Which is very annoying. But I've found if you're gentle with a shovel, you can 99% of the time get away with not getting stuck. There's the rain. Guess that'll be us in for an early lunch. There you go, talking of the twister. We'll probably hit the farm this time. Destroy the rest of the crops that we haven't managed to get out of the ground because it's raining. obviously I'm not a farmer. I don't know whether carrots are something you would actually store indoors, whether you would store them in a bulk hoard like this or not. So I'm probably doing this completely wrong. Oh dear. Well, I guess rain stops play again. I mean, I take it. Any harvest in the rain reduces the yield of the crop, so that should be game over for now. So I'll go and get an early lunch and we shall pick this up once it stops raining. Which hopefully won't be too long. Not sure what time it's actually due to stop. No. About 1 o'clock. Sounds like British weather.